Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a review of the NASB Thinline Bible. So this one is going to be the giant print Thinline. So this one is done by Zondervan, comes in a nice clamshell box. I'm going to hold that right there in case you would like to pause and read that top section, and then we'll drop down to our features. So this one is going to be the 95 edition of the text. It's got a nice durable cover, it's only an inch thick, it's double column verse by verse format. It's got a presentation page, 2 satin ribbons, Words of Christ in red, the NASB Comfort Print typeface, and a 12-point font. So there is our ISBN number. Retail is $49.99. You can find it for less online, and as always, there will be a link in the description box. This Bible measures out at 9 5/8 inches tall, 6 5/8 inches wide, and it's just an inch thick. Now this particular cover is a bonded leather cover, and I know some of you are cringing, especially David. If you see this video, you're losing your mind right now over bonded leather. But the reason I opted for bonded leather is because this Bible here, which is also by Zondervan, is my most used NASB. I've had this Bible for somewhere between 4 and 5 years, and it still looks brand new. I haven't had any issues whatsoever with this bonded leather cover. And the print in this one is just superb. So I really liked this one, and I decided that I was going to opt for bonded on this one here. And the only difference between these that I can see, other than the grain pattern on there, this one's got a little less of a grain look to it than that one, and then this one's got that tool line. But I have the same confidence that this one will last just as well as this one. So you guys can stop cringing now over the bonded leather. On the spine, we've got New American Standard Bible, Holy Bible, NASB, and Zondervan. And then we've got those gold lines on there. So it looks really nice. We've got red head and tail bands. We can see we've got 2 ribbons. Really nicely done gold gilding. Shockingly, I have not scratched it yet. But this video is not over either, so there's a possibility. Alright, we're going to have a paper paste down liner with a presentation page. I do like the way they did this with these stripes on there. I think that looks nice. And we'll get into our title page. I really like the lighthouse that they use. So this one is going to be the first printing of 2020, printed in China. And the contents page here, one thing we can already see is that it's got a really nice bold print. We'll have a foreword, which will have the scriptural promise as well as the fourfold aim of the Lockman Foundation. We'll have a preface to the NASB, the principles of translation. That's going to go over modern English usage, alternative readings, the Hebrew text, proper names of God. And then in the explanation of the format, this is where they're going to talk about the notes on there as far as with the paragraphs, how you'll have a bold verse number, and that's where a new paragraph would be if it was in paragraph. The quotation marks also goes over personal pronouns, asterisks, and small caps in the New Testament. So that's going to be when they're quoting the Old Testament. So all good stuff to know if you're not familiar with the NASB. Then we've got the abbreviations and special markings. Then we get into the Old Testament. I do like the way they did those lines above and below that. But just a really nice, dark, bold print. I'm actually going to try to get the camera just a little bit closer. Alright, so we've got our double column layout, and this is also verse by verse. So that's going to be really nice because it makes it nice and clear to see where you're at. Then we'll have our translation notes down at the bottom. And the print on this one is going to be a 12-point font. It is also line matched. The only spots that I've seen in here where it may not be is when you've got a subject heading, and that's in a different print and usually kind of in a staggered spot as well. But the rest of the text has all been line matched and just looks fantastic. It's got a nice paper. We've got 5/8 inch margins, so if you wanted to take some notes. Also, there's a little bit of space in the gutter so the text isn't quite falling into the gutter, so that is nice. But just a really nice reading copy of the NASB, and it's not really big. So it would be definitely something that you could pack back and forth to church or take with you on the go. Get you a quick look at how the Psalms look. So that looks really nice there. We do have 2 ribbon markers. So our first ribbon is going to be black, and it's not the wider ribbons, so kind of more narrow, but single-sided satin, cut nicely, plus it's also long enough to use, so that is nice. Then we're going to get back here to the New Testament, and we will see how that looks. We're going to check out the red letter, and then we've also got our red ribbon as well. So nicely done on that. And the red letter in this Bible is done very nice. So if you're a fan of red letter, you are going to like that. And you can see right there as I pan up, you can see how easy it is to see those verse numbers on the left side because they're all done in black. So really easy on the eyes. This is just such a nice Bible to read from. And if you preach from the NASB, you could preach from this because it's a 12-point font and verse by verse. So you could have a inexpensive preaching Bible. There's not going to be any references in this, but because it is verse by verse, a lot of times you can just write your references right after the verse, or you do have the space in the margins to do that. Then we'll get to the back of the Bible. We'll see that it is red letter all the way through to the end of Revelation. Then we're going to have a few extra features. So we're going to have the miracles of Jesus, the parables of Jesus, perspectives from the Bible. So this page is what to read when. So I like it because it's got a lot of relevant topics on here, like you need comfort, others disagree with you, your faith needs strengthening, you have been cheated. So lots of relevant topics. Then we've got prayers of the Bible. So here it goes over prayers of the Old Testament. We've got prayers from the Psalms, from the prophets, prayers of Jesus, prayers of the New Testament, as well as prayers of Paul. So I love that it's got the prayers in here. We've also got promises from the Bible. So God's promise when you feel guilty, when you're disappointed or depressed, when you're sick or impatient. So again, really relevant topics. And then we get back to the back of the Bible. This does have a sewn binding. There's a note regarding the type, which is going to be done by 2K Denmark. The Comfort Print is so easy on the eyes. Then we just get back to the Bible. But just such a joy to read from this Bible. That 12-point font is fantastic. And for a Bible with this price range, retails for $50. You can definitely find it for less online. That's a really good price. And I think that the bonded was a little bit more than the leather soft edition, so you can also check out the leather soft as well. But definitely a Bible I would highly recommend. These new Zondervan NASBs are great. It's nice to have some nice reading copies that don't have all that ghosting, and I'm loving these. So again, there's that ISBN number, and I will link it in the description box. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.